Okay, so now we're going to go over what we essentially went over at our practice this past Wednesday. Is the ball is on the wing. Number green 1 has the ball. Green 1 is going to make a pass to green 2 in the corner. And we, instead of dropping into our regular defensive pattern, we're actually going to try and trap the ball in the corner. So what happens is the ball is going to get passed to 2. So what I'm going to do is just going to take away that pass right now. All right. And we know that the ball is ending up in 2. Okay. 1, as we talked about in practice, doesn't take a direct line to 2. 5 is basically taking a direct line, okay, as normal. But you can see if 1 takes a direct line, it leaves, and 2 is watching and paying attention, and they see 2 players flying at them. There's a direct pass right back to 1, okay? So what we want to do is we want to take that away. And how we take that away is what we talked about was 1 does what's called a banana cut. So let's say 1 was kind of here. Instead of going straight at 2, they're going to come out and curl around like a banana and then come at 2. So now you can see 1 is in the passing lane between green 1 and green 2. As they make that banana cut, they're going to have their hands held high, nice and high as they can, again, to discourage that pass from 2 right back to 1. So now we have 1 and 5 converging on 2. 4 is going to move over. 3 now is going to bump out towards the 3-point line. And 2 is going to kind of come out here in this area. So now that I've drawn where the motions, let's erase this and put everyone in their spot. Five now is here. And we draw a line like this when we talk about trapping. It's kind of like to box them in. And we have 2 here, same thing, boxed in. We have 3 out here. We have 2 up around that area. And we have 4 here. Let's draw in a couple of offensive players just to see, what are 2's options, okay? Well, we could probably have a player over here, and we have a player up here, and a lot of times we'll have a player down here. Now, I've drawn this specifically like this, and I'll show you a couple of differentiation or differences and why we want it like this. So this is the ideal. If we could make this happen every time, we're in a really good position. 2 could actually, honestly, 2 could play a little bit here, kind of like that, okay? So it actually, sometimes you want to play off a little bit to make it look like the pass is there, okay? And then obviously that depends on everyone, right? Everyone has a different speed, everyone has a different reaction to the ball, a different height. So, you know, this will take some time to realize how far can I play off of? Like, say, let's say I'm 3. How far can I be away from 1 so that if 2 tries the pass to 1, I know I'm going to intercept it, okay? If I'm tall, if I'm fast, and I've got a good leaping vertical, well, yeah, I might be able to play even a little lower because I know I can get there. But let's say it's actually me, Coach Jason. I'm probably going to have to play a little closer. I'm not as fast, I'm not as tall, I'm not as athletic, okay? So again, those are all the things that we're going to learn as a team as we progress through the season. But basically, what our Black 5 and Black 2, what they've done, if they have pinned 2 into a corner. What's great is the sideline and the baseline are out of bounds. So there's not a lot of place for 2 to go. 2 only has 5 seconds to do something with the ball. And as those seconds count down, he's going to get more and more desperate. What's the first thing he's probably going to look at doing? Well, the first thing is trying to get it back to 1. That's why it's really important for 3 to get out to that 3-point line roughly, okay? Because 1 might not stand still. 1 might actually, you know, if they're smart, they'll try and bump out here to give a little bit of space. But honestly, even if 3 comes to here, because 2 is doing a really good job, 2 has got his hands held high, nice and big and tall. 2 can't make a direct pass to 1. What do I mean by direct pass? A direct pass is a straight line and fast. The only way 2 can get the ball to 1 is a loopy pass. It's got to go up and over 2. It's slower. It takes more time. It's in the air longer, which means 3 has a lot more time to react to it and to intercept it. So if 2 makes this loopy pass or tries that loopy pass to 1, 3 is going to go boom, intercept it, and streak down the court for a nice, easy layup. 2 points our side, awesome job done. What's green's 2 other options? Well, there's green 3. That might look enticing. The same thing. It's going to be a long, loopy pass. Same thing with 4. A long, loopy pass. So, our number 2 has to be really good. He's got to be looking at green 2, looking at his eyes, watching the ball, and as soon as green 2 makes that pass, either to 3 or to 4, it's our job, our number 2's job, is to break right away as fast as he can and make that interception. And I would say that probably in this case, if green 2 tries to go to green 3, 2's going to intercept that all day long. The 1 to 4 might be a little bit harder, but it's also a longer distance and a loopier pass. So you might not be able to intercept it, but if you remember what I said last time, deflections, kick balls are almost as good as interceptions, okay? So that is basically it, guys. This is exactly the configuration we want. The last thing before this video gets too long is I'm just going to talk about our black 4 and their green 5, okay? If black 4 can get in front of green 5, like I've drawn it, how likely is green 2 able to get it to 5? Whew, that's pretty tough, right? We're not 6'7", where he can lob that up and 5's gonna alley-oop, dunk it, okay? If it's the other way around, okay, which probably happens a lot, where 4 can't front, okay, fronting means he's in front of, now he's behind 5, okay? That's probably gonna happen more than half the time, okay, let's say. It's still not a bad situation because our number 5 is big and tall, and that's still a really hard pass for 2 to make into 5. But I think everyone would agree that if 4 can get in front of 5, that's almost impossible now, okay? So now we've shut out 5 as an option for 2, and what we're trying to do really is make 1, like green 2 to green 1, like that's a great one, because in practice, how many times did we pick that off? Lots. Okay, so I'm gonna end it there. Thanks for watching, and let's try it on the weekend, okay? All right, good job, guys.